Kentucky fans, tell it like it is. This is the season wrap up. Kentucky fans tell all show with BBN Unfiltered. We are joined in here with Coach Kyle.
What's up?
What's
What's up?
up? What is up?
How we
We
doing?
got a lot. I could be doing better. I
Right.
could be doing a lot better. Things could be going. Let's just say, Coach, I'm not happy.
No.
I'm I'm not happy with the way this season has gone. And hey, you listeners that are on YouTube Live, I just put in the link. Okay? You can click the link if you want to join the show. This is a fans tell all show
We want to
segment.
hear how you're feeling.
We want to hear everything, all of your opinions, whatever it is. We don't care. No rules except no really bad cussing. That's the only rule.
Yeah, just not
that's
real bad.
that's the only rule that I'll put in place, guys. But we want to hear from you all. Okay, so I got a few messages from some fans, and a lot of it had to do with, hey, are you doing a call-in show? If so, let
Yep.
me know. I want to hop on. So BBN, right now is your slot. It's your time to shine. You can come on BBN Unfiltered, have a good time, talk the talk on Kentucky basketball and what happened yesterday, recruiting, Pope, I don't care, whatever it is. So before we get into that, Coach, let's talk. That game started with a little
Exactly
bit
what
of
a pop. Like,
with a little bit of fool's gold, right?
yeah, man. We came out and popped them in the mouth, and I think we got a little bit full of ourselves, and he calls a timeout and chews their butt, which most coaches do, and then they go on a 10-0 run before our beloved coach calls a timeout.
Yeah.
Um, 7-0 had a chance to call timeout, didn't. I mean, just he didn't. He had to try to stop that bleeding immediately, and he did not again. And then it just went downhill from there. I mean, he gave us, like you said, false gold. We all thought, man, here we go. Chandler hit one. We're running. And then we got popped in the mouth and we laid down. I mean, we laid down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Coach, how many times this year have you and I sat right here on this show and said, why in why on earth are we putting Jasper Johnson at point guard?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh,
Why? There has been proof, hard proof, concrete proof that he is just not ready for it. And if he's striving to be ready, the first half against Iowa State, one of the best defensive teams in the country, is
right.
not the time. Like, okay, describe to me what the worst situation is for Jasper Johnson is to put him at point guard against a swarming defense where he has
Physical
no
guards,
shot.
too. I mean, those guards are physical. That point guard is one of the most physical point guards he'll come across. They're twos and they were a huge team
You
and
know, yeah,
physical, just like their coach. You can see it in his mentality. Like he's
yeah.
up in their grill. And I, Austin, I was shocked that when they punched back that we laid down. I
That
was
we
shocked.
folded.
There, I
Were
was.
you? I mean, really? Were you?
I mean, just because the false hope that we got at the beginning and what we had done during the season, where we had made those comebacks, and
Yeah.
it just had that little bit of glimmer of hope. It was okay. Can we do it again? And that got nipped real quick. I mean, they just came out and punched us in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I said all along, during that stretch in the first half, I was sitting there watching it with Dad, and I said, man, first off, these dudes are shooting these threes with confidence,
Yes.
with dudes in their faces. I said, they're gonna start falling.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
they're gonna start falling, and when they do, because at the time we were only up 2 or 3 points
Right.
after that initial run, and then you put Jasper in turnover, and then he immediately comes off a ball screen and jacks up a stupid three.
Yep.
That's just So like yeah, I said that these shots are gonna start falling, and then they put up the graphic of the big white dude, said that he's been shooting from three at a 50% clip all year, and I looked over at Dakota and Dad and said, "Oh yeah, they're gonna start falling. This dude is gonna start
Right.
pouring them in."
Eventually come out, right? I mean, they even out eventually. Like stats are stats for a reason. They come out eventually, and usually if somebody starts off slow, it'll even up at some point, unless, really had some bad games. That doesn't happen most time. Good shooters, if they're a 50% shooter, they're going to get that percentage up at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, shout out Kevin. What's up, man? Kevin says BYU has leveled up since Pope left. That should tell you something.
Well,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. Now they did lose in the same round as we did, so I mean, you can say leveled up. They definitely got a all-star, a big dog recruit, but it didn't get them any further than us.
They got another big dog coming in next year.
Now, could they have made a run with Richie Saunders? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an all-American right there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's 20
for
points
sure.
a game,
For sure. Yeah.
But listen, BYU has gone out there. They're getting recruits, and yeah, we made it the same, distance. I think if you were to look at the two programs right now, BYU's on a better track than UK. I mean,
it's not like we're on some uphill route that's just taking us to the promised land, guys, because we ain't. I mean, let's be 100% honest.
What we just talk about, Austin, right now, like us in North Carolina absolutely damn near mimic each other, except this year we won one more game. I mean, we're mimicking each other, except they're getting a blue or a 5-star here or there, and we're not. But we're in the same boat. I mean, hired from within, not doing what everybody thought he would do. And it's just, I don't want to be them. I don't want to be Indiana. I don't want to be mediocre. I mean, and here I was saying forever, we're UCLA. Well, shit, I'd take UCLA right now in a heartbeat,
Really?
I mean, they're getting further than we have the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely haven't gone far. I got a caller who's getting ready to come on, Travis, who messaged me yesterday. That was, I mean, he's dying to get on here. He had a lot to say. This is a fan coach that has been following us for the last couple months. He said so.
Nice.
We got some guys, and listen, this is a show for you guys. So we are getting ready to be joined by our first caller, Travis, and he will be audio only. Let's see if we got him in here.
There we go.
Travis, what's up, man?
How's it going, guys?
How you doing, Travis?
Welcome into BBN Unfiltered. You are our first caller today, and I know that you've been dying to come on. Travis, what you got? The floor is yours.
All right, so I don't know if I need to go with a statement or a question. What do you guys feel? Because it's kind of, to me, I feel like it's a little back and forth.
I want you to start with the most important, your most important point, whether it's a question or statement. Your call.
Oh,
because Travis, typically statements turn into questions or dialogue, so feel free to just ask whatever you want, buddy.
Okay, so we talked a little yesterday, talking about, you guys just spoke about the start of the game. And then, Pope has said in press conferences, we have to get guys down from 38 to 32. We have to get guys from 36 to 30 because they just don't play as good. Well, you're now in winning time. He quoted us right before March started. I think it was February 28th. We are now in winning time. I don't know the exact record, but I think it's only it's 3 wins and 3 losses since March hit. He called it winning time. But you're now talking about shutting down players, your best players, in my opinion, who are DA and Oway, that they don't need to play 40 minutes if we need them to play 40 minutes to win the game. To contradict yourself makes no sense to me. And I said, as I messaged Kyle yesterday, Austin, I'm sorry, yesterday, you can't hide underneath the lights. You can talk about what you want to talk about in the pregame and in the postgame, but you can't tell me in the postgame you need to be more focused, and then you come out in the very next game and you're unfocused for the first 32 minutes.
Yep. And
yeah. It's man, he's been doing the whole contradicting, going back and forth, Travis, all year. And it's like, the reality is, man, you cannot tell me that, and Coach, you can back me up on this. If I'm playing 32 minutes, I can play 38 minutes without even blinking. Like in all seriousness, and Travis, I know you played high school ball, you played some college ball. How tired are they really especially with media timeout, TV timeouts, with stoppage of play, with going to the freaking camera to review all this crap? I mean, dude, and it's March. You are in tip-top shape. You are an elite athlete that is chiseled. You got abs on top of your freaking abs. Dude, don't even come at me with I'm tired. Get the hell out of here. It's not an excuse.
You think Texas is sitting there saying, "Hey, Coach, take me out, man. I'm at 35 minutes. And I'm getting awful tired. Don't keep me in this game. I know we're only up 1, but my minutes are there, Coach. You got to get me up." Hell with that. If I need you for 45, you're going to play 45. My
Suck
job
it the hell up,
coach at University of Kentucky is to win a basketball game and to do what it takes to win a basketball game. We don't need to worry about minutes. And I think Pope tries to. He likes to deflect, and I think that's what Pope's way is, deflecting, because he knows he's done a horrible job, and he's deflecting to fatigue, or he's deflecting to too many minutes, or he's deflecting to JQ might be here. He's always deflecting in one way or another. And
did we already bring in those 2 letters, Coach?
What's that?
Did we already bring up those 2 letters, J and Q?
I still got the sleeve on the wrong leg. I still haven't yet to verify that.
What else you got, Travis?
So I totally agree with you guys, and I get exactly where you're coming from. My cousin is actually a high school coach in the state of Illinois at a 1A school that is small. I never understood the game from a coaching aspect because I always played it. But in talking with him, I understand a little bit more of the coaching side. And then you hear players that are injured say they see the game different on the bench, And in hearing Pope, the thing, especially, I think everybody knows this, and this goes with basketball, football, soccer, whatever. Less is kind of more, right? You don't really give the media too much to run with, but injuries did play a part of our season. I think we do have to we have to have some kind of agreements in that. But when you come out and you say that this team competitively reminds you of the '96 team, I don't remember if that was before the Purdue exhibition or after the Purdue exhibition. Yeah, and then you're wondering why the journalists are coming after you and saying, well, what happened against Gonzaga in Nashville? Because they can say what they want. Our eyes don't lie to what we've seen. They gave up in that game.
Right.
Boy, do I wonder. You make a statement like that, you better be able to back it the hell up, brother. Yeah. And that is just the God's honest truth.
And again, I always reach back to what he does. He reaches at our heartstrings and tugs at our heartstrings with that 96 team every single chance he gets. I mean,
he does, doesn't he?
Said, he brought him in on the bus. He talks about him at the beginning of the season. This is, I think, the best team that's been here since the 96 team. And then halfway through the season, what's he do? He brings the 96 team in with denim. And what's that all about? Jugging at our heartstrings. And he's got all the ladies in Rupp Arena going, oh, he's so nice. I love him. The 96 team was my favorite. Thank you, Mark Pope. And then he gets beat by 20. I mean, that's what he does to us.
So
he raises us up and then crushes us.
sorry there, Austin. So I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time, but I have
You're
plenty to
good.
talk about. I am not trying to step on anybody else's toes either. And I said this, to Austin yesterday. Believe me, I want Pope to succeed because
Oh, yeah.
I've got friends that go, well, I want him out. Well, for him to be out, that means that then we have to be bad, correct?
Yep.
So I can't root against my own team. I want my team to be good.
Yeah,
But
no, I mean we're not rooting against him, It's just, but it's like at the same time,
I'm rooting for
the
better.
proof has to be in the pudding, and if the pudding tastes like poop and it looks like poop, well, then listen, guys, then there's a little bit of doo doo in there.
yeah,
It might be, but
so
and Travis, you're coming up with a huge point. Austin and I do this for the love of UK basketball. That's why we do this. We would much rather be here, sitting here talking about them, getting to the Sweet 16 than us.
Oh
Sitting
my
here
gosh,
going, okay,
Yeah.
what are we
absolutely.
doing, And I just think, as Kentucky fans, we have to want more. And the minute we don't expect more is then when we become the cover of mediocre. And I'm just not. I don't think we want to get there because it's a hard place to get out of
Yeah.
in today's college basketball world.
so
It is. It is. Travis, one more thing, bro. One more thing.
okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No,
yeah,
you go ahead.
So here's my conundrum, right? I didn't at the point, and this is not me bringing up the Cal situation at all, far past that. But everybody said, okay, so here's what's going to happen. Let's not forget first, Pope was the 5th choice, somewhere around there, right? Don't know if there was actual numbers to it of who was offered in this with Hurley and Donovan and Drew down at Baylor and all of this. So, but a lot of, maybe you would say fair weather fans, they said, oh, well, Kentucky will still be Kentucky because they are the greatest tradition with 8 national championships, most wins. They'll still get those top recruits, but now we're getting a better coach in, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So even though injuries do play a part, to me, when he actually had more pieces, he overthought it more than he did actually coaching. He had more trouble when JQ was when healthy and when Jalen Lowe was healthy. It's like he didn't know
Yeah.
who to move the pieces around. Yelovich
Well-
wasn't playing a minute, and then all of a sudden, now he's in the starting lineup at LSU after not playing a minute for 5 games.
Right.
Yeah, I mean he didn't know. I agree. There was too many moving parts for him to navigate. He wanted to stay loyal to the guys that have been there, but then he wanted to stay loyal to the dudes that are coming back from injuries. But he said they weren't practicing, so these guys weren't getting reps in during practice. So at what point do you like, okay, man, if you're not going to practice, then you can't play? Coach, is that not one of the golden rules
Oh,
for?
You don't practice,
I mean, if you don't practice, you don't
Right.
play. I mean, listen, that starts at like age 8.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're not
like
there for practice,
straight
you're
up.
not
Hey,
playing.
Travis, I appreciate the points, man. If we might get you back on if you got time, but I do got a couple callers I want to get to.
Sure.
Appreciate you hopping on. Thanks for being a fan, brother.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
you, Travis.
You're great. Keep going.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. All right, let's see. We got
Travis had some great points there, like that.
Travis was hitting me up.
because-
Was hitting me up over and over again last night. We got another caller in line here, Coach.
Let's go.
Shaq, what's up, man?
Yo,
What's going on, brother?
How you doing, brother?
Not much.
Welcome,
Not much.
welcome in here to BBN Unfiltered live call in, bro. The floor is yours. What you got? You got a question, a statement? You got a rant? Let us have it.
I got you. Here we go.
Okay.
As an unbiased observer and resident of this beautiful state of Kentucky for the last 10 years, I must say, BBN has got to be the most hype craze, cooked, and the Lulu batch of fans in all of sports. I don't count Final Fours and chips before integration. Shout out to the Givens family. Goose was a monster. And shout out to all the BBN members over 50, the ones that still remember when this thing was a monster. But I've been alive for 33 years. In that time span, you guys have made it to 8 Final Fours. Cal accounted for half of them.
True.
Right.
Can you believe I've been called a BBN hater? I know the truth hurts, I guess. But anyway, this is what the question I wanted to kind of pose to you guys.
Okay.
What do you guys want? The do it for the front
What
of
do
the
you
jersey?
mean? What?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Do
ahead.
it for the front of the jersey diehards, the Mash Burns and Mercer level players. Staying for 3 years, that's over. You guys couldn't really accept that, and you ran off the guy that was thrive in this environment to then hire the opposite. No disrespect to Pope, he does good work, but it's only been 2 years. The first year, with less time, somehow the portal, the recruiting was way better. Brea, Williams, Jackson, all those guys were all conference players or player of the years in their conference at their previous schools. But
Yeah.
this year, for some reason, you paid top dollar for everyone else's hand-me-downs.
Absolutely,
far-
I agree.
Yes, you're right. I agree with that.
Okay, so far with the Pope pivot, you guys aren't really an NBA factory anymore. But for this to get popping the way y'all want with Pope, a lot of it has to happen on the developmental side, which takes time. And this
You
is
know,
why I think,
go ahead. Finish up.
okay. This is why I think most of the portal guys this year were juniors, so they can develop and have some level of continuity next year. It takes time, but I'll leave y'all with this because these kids are driving me crazy. I got to put them.
You can't get him down.
I'll leave y'all with this, and then I'll let y'all do y'all thing.
Okay.
So, there's a coach in the Sweet 16 right now. His first 3 years, he went 52-40. 20 years later, same school, he's been on a 17-year run of sustained success. Consistently a top 15 team. 1 Final Four, 2 Elite Eights, 7 Sweet 16s, 8 conference titles. Recruiting his state's players with minimal portal activity and developing players that fit what
Yeah.
they do without having top NBA talent. Who is this?
Kelvin
Who is it?
Sampson.
I was gonna say Samson.
No. Does that sound good though? Like what the run
That
he's been
sounds
on? That
great.
sounds good, right?
It's probably.
I mean, you're Shaq. I mean, you're buttering up. Obviously, it sounds good, but who is it? Just say who it is, man.
It's Matt Painter. Are you guys okay with being Purdue? Go Illini, Shaq out.
Shaq, I appreciate it, brother.
Are
I
we
mean,
okay
I
with being Purdue. No.
No, I'm not. No, we're not Purdue either. And
No,
Shaq, I appreciate it, bro. And you've made a lot of really good points.
You did.
But dude, like, I mean, you ask us what do we want? Okay, that answer, Coach, I think that has changed over the years. And listen, I know there's a segment of fans that are like, oh, I want Rick Pitino back. Bring back Ricky P.
Right.
Okay, like maybe, but like, dude, he's got to retire at some point. The man can't coach
Right,
until he's
man,
100
just
years
said-
old.
Hey,
But
Austin, he personally just said, I don't know how many more years I got. I'll be 73 next year. I'm going year by year. I mean, my God, if that man coaches to 90, geez, I mean, come on.
he's gonna be on. Here, you got one of my kids' toys. He's gonna be on the court like this, wobbling around. So, all right, listen, guys. So, Shaq, to answer your question, bro, like, what do we want? We need a combination of a fiery coach, of someone who demands accountability, on top of a new era led athletic program, a GM, and a badass recruiter who can get out there and get those dogs. And it's got to be a combination. It's not just a head coach. It's a combination of all those. Head
But we
coach,
don't have those,
AD.
Austin.
We don't have any of them. We don't have any of them right now.
If you don't have them, come on.
I agree. I agree.
it's
So
so
like, I mean, I know I'm acknowledging that, but like in theory, that's what we want, or at least what we need to strive for. And if we're not going to strive for it, well then just go back and get someone like Cal who's just going to get some dogs and then roll the ball out and see what happens. But You know, at the end of the
Cal's
day,
doing a hell of a job this year, though.
he's
I mean,
he's
come
done a
on.
pretty damn good job. Now he's
I mean-
playing Cal ball. Cal's
Yeah.
playing Cal ball. He has got an NBA an NBA All-Star level point guard, and he has some
And
freak
two
freak
guards.
and some
I mean,
freak
come
athletes
on.
down low that play hard. And I was
Yep.
I was telling this to the guy at my office that works for me. I said, man, the one thing I really loved about Cal was he preached fight.
Right.
We're going to go out there and fight because that's not just what we do here at Kentucky, but that's what you're going to do if you're going to play
Yep.
for me.
Yep.
Regardless, no questions asked. Your ass is going to fight if you're on that floor, and if you don't, then your ass is out. Okay, so like, but man, the thing is, like, we have to have a combination of kind of all of those. And the landscape of college basketball
You
is
have
just
to.
so different now, and you have
It's
to
a
be able to
business.
navigate the NIL. Correct,
Yeah,
it's a business, but that's why we need That's why we need a GM.
Yep.
So
And
like,
also-
Shaq, you made some. Sorry, go ahead,
no,
Coach.
Shaq brought up, and because we had just said Cal, that we ran Cal off. Let's make something clear. Mitch Barnhart had said he was bringing Cal back for another year. Cal was at the Final Four, flew to Arkansas, and accepted the job. We didn't run Cal off. It was time for Cal to go. I mean,
So
as BBN
Yeah.
fans, like, he could have had another year, but it was time for Cal to go. It was just
it was,
his
and like.
time. It ran its course.
It sure did. It sure did. And even Cal himself said it's a 10-year job if you
Right.
can withstand that 10-year run. And listen, I've said it multiple times. John Calipari did an incredible job here at Kentucky. He had one of the best runs that you will ever witness during the college basketball era of just ever. Okay? That run. So like, but it's changed. And now Cal has adapted a little bit to it within what he's doing with Arkansas. And listen, like, Coach Pope wasn't getting those big dogs at BYU to begin with, and we thought we were going to get a formula offensively that could be that was unbeaten just based on the system itself. Well, the system is getting its ass kicked over and over again in the SEC, and if we don't have those kinds of players who can overcome that kind of defense, that kind of intensity, that kind of pressure, then
We can't. We say it all the time. We had two guys that could really, three maybe, consistently play physically, and it was Mo, Da, and Owe. I mean, those guys could play physical. A lot of other guys couldn't do it. And I'm reading the question. Do you guys think fans are starting to affect the recruiting? No.
Yeah, people are saying that it's because of you guys that nobody comes here. Get the hell out of here,
North Carolina and see
dude.
if
Get
you
get the
just
frig out of here,
down there
man.
right now. Go to
that-
Blooming. There, people are losing their mind in these programs that are used to winning, and it's. Sorry, fans.
Yeah.
Listen, if you
And
offer
Kevin,
a
that's a
coach
great
$5
question, and I've heard that over and over again. Go ahead, Coach. Sorry.
If you offer a coach $5 million a year to coach, he really isn't going to care about the fans. He'll take all they can dish out. I'm just saying,
We got a
we got a rabid fan base, but I don't think people aren't coming because of the fans.
yeah, Coach. We got another call on here, Steven.
Let's go, Steven.
Dollars a year, coach.
Steven, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, man? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
We got you loud and clear, brother. The floor is yours. What you got?
I was watching y'all on my YouTube and I got you on my phone.
Oh,
I have a couple of points, kind of goes back. I mean, I found you guys a couple of months ago. Started watching you. I got to admit, the first episode I ever watched of you guys, you pissed me the F off. I was like, I'm never listening to these guys again.
It was
I
probably
hate
me.
Mark Pope. Mark Pope is a god to me. I was like, F these guys. But then I came back and
Okay.
I got out of my little bubble, my little sunshine tunnel, and I was like, you know what? Maybe they have a lot of good points. The first one, I'll start instead of bouncing around. The first point I'd like to make is, and it's all BBN. My son and I, my family, we live out in Montana.
okay.
Okay.
Oh,
And all
Oh
my
man,
son-
oh gosh, I'd love
all,
to go out there.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead,
we-
Steven. Say
yeah,
it.
we bought a ranch out here. I'm not trying to sound like rich man because I'm not, but we're living the dream. But we are still dyed in the wool UK fans. I went to high school in Northern Kentucky at Dixie Heights.
I went to
Um,
Simon Kenton, my friend.
did you? We may have played each other, Coach.
We might have.
But no, what first point I'd like to make, and I think you guys are probably gonna maybe give me the opposite of this, but I think what happened when Pope was hired, we were like right there with NIL. Like Cal wasn't using it, but then when Pope got in, he had to figure out how to use it right away.
Right.
And he struck gold when he got the guys he got that first year. I mean, he could not on short notice have done it better.
Mm-mm.
And then you come into year 2, he's like a kid in a candy store with that $22 million. He's a kid in a candy store, but he's walking out the door with a lollipop stuck in his ass.
Right. That's
Yeah, I mean,
or a
Steven,
one-legged player.
so to my understanding, that NIL money was not there for Cal. It was my understanding that lump sum was not going to be ponied up, if for the lack of a better phrase, until someone else is in the king chair. And because I think Cal saw the writing on the wall, and I think that had a lot to do with his resignation as well, because he was trying to go to the places where he knew the money was, and I mean the Crafts in particular, and the money wasn't coming in because, well, they weren't happy with him. They asked him to endorse them. He didn't. He chose to kind of give him a cold shoulder. So the money wasn't coming in for Cal. It came in immediately, and it did. It fell in Pope's lap. You're right. It's not like Pope really did a whole lot to raise it. It was just, okay, well, now that Cal's gone, here you go. Here you are.
Yeah. And I think the Crafts were. I mean, if I'm being honest, I think the Crafts were out on Cal 2-3 years before he left.
Oh, agreed.
Oh, 1,000%.
At least.
1,000% on that.
You know, it kind of, like you guys said, it's kind of started with the not endorsing the political campaign,
Yep.
and then just kind of went downhill from there. But I do have another point, and I really want to get you guys. We really want to get you guys to talk to me about this one. I'd like to see Jalen Lowe come back. That's my first one, because we really didn't get to see much of him. We didn't get to see him take charge.
Right.
But Pope has to get a backup point guard.
Right. I had said to Austin
Coach, you go ahead.
Stephen, that I wanted to see J-Lo come back. He was an all ACC guard. I don't think we saw what he's actually capable of. He was pretty much playing with one arm out there and still getting 13 assists. And I would love to see him come back. And we have to get a backup point guard that isn't just a backup point guard, but that's a baller that, and I mean, 2 years in a row, we're sitting here with our point guards down. It's been sad, but that's what he's got to do. And I'd love to see Lowe back.
Well,
and I think he'd be a huge get.
We would need somebody to come in that is willing to back him up. Now, if you look at the transfer portal right now, I know it's not open, but scroll through point guards on the transfer portal, and you'll see why one young man jumped in the transfer portal 2 days ago, and it's Jalen Lowe's little brother.
Got you.
Really?
Why is he jumping in the transfer portal? I have a feeling they're bringing him to UK to back up Jalen.
Oh gosh, listen. First off, I know nothing about the young man, and to answer your question about J-Lo, do I want him to come back? Steven, I'm a little bit mixed on that. I'm not completely sold on him, and I don't know why. Something about me and just my overall perception of him, he just looks soft, and he kind of pisses me off sometimes. I just think he's soft, and that shit just bothers me. And listen, and I could be completely wrong. I didn't see enough. There wasn't enough of a sample size to get that much of an opinion. When he was rolling, he did look good. So, like, I'm not saying that he could not be a great point guard. Does he strike me as a point guard who could lead us through what we just saw yesterday against Iowa State? No.
No, I agree
No,
with you there.
and in my opinion, he does not. So, with that point being said, if we don't think that J Lo could lead us through what we just saw yesterday, I don't. Then my answer is no. I mean, I want someone who can do that.
I believe with him having, I believe if he'd have played the whole season with us, I think those odds go up a little better, though.
I agree.
You know?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they go up a little better. I mean, the one that everybody talks about we're losing, and I think we're going to lose him, and I'm not sure how many people in BBN really care. I'm going to be one of our own. I think Jasper's circle is going to have him leaving UK
I agree.
because I've seen all kinds of shit on Twitter from his uncle and his dad. He's not being used the right way.
Right. Well,
Okay, boo-hoo, bye.
He's like a traffic cone on defense.
Wait a minute. Austin, wait a minute. Now, what have we said the whole time? Like, we've said since day one that Pope plays Austin out of position.
Jasper.
Or Jasper.
Yeah. He played out of position. I
He
agree.
ain't put me in the game.
Yeah, he'd do better. I would, not today, but back in the day. Was being played out of position. We saw at times when he got in there as an off guard or a wing, he was a knockdown shooter. But the minute you put the baby deer at point guard, he started stumbling around and walking around like he's getting ready to fall in the thorns, and he couldn't get back up. So I mean, I blame that.
Yeah, and like, dude, that to me,
he didn't get stronger during the year. I didn't see it. So
no, and that to me, that's another point of like, dude, man, I want some tougher guys.
Yes,
I want some tougher guys. And I think Jasper, he has a beautiful stroke. He can shoot the damn ball, and that is without question. But I question every other aspect of his game. I do. I question every other aspect. So,
and that's where I think he'd be a good passer from the wing instead of the top of the key, where he's trying to focus on getting a play set. And I think you get him in a play or a set, and you get him moving. He's looking around. I just think he was played so far out of position that it was a bad thing for Jasper.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm just talking mostly about his inner circle, and I'm sure that was feeding through his head. But I know I've been on here a long time. I'm gonna let you guys. I got one more point I think I'd like to make.
All right, go ahead, Steven.
Pope needs to make up his mind. He either needs to recruit the best possible players out there, bring them to UK, and adjust to those players, adjust his system to those players, or find the best players for his system. He can't do both.
He can't. You're a great point, Steven.
Yeah,
I agree with that 100%.
So he's got to. I mean, and I think another tell going into the transfer portal, if he gets a point guard and it's Jalen Lowe, fine. If he doesn't sign a backup point guard by the end of May, we're in trouble.
Yeah, we're in trouble. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, as of today, I mean, Coach, I saw your comment. The pressure's on now.
Yes.
Effective immediately.
Yeah.
Somebody had made a comment out there.
Steven, I appreciate you hopping on, brother. We'll let you go.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate you. Good talking
Yes, sir.
to you.
But Austin, a guy had come out and said in a few months or in year 3, the pressure is going to be on Pope. Then no. Pressure's right now.
It's on right now.
It's right now. It's time to start shutting up and putting up, because you haven't proved anything in 2 years. So if you want us to get behind you, we better see you out there making some noise and getting some things done.
Hey, Coach, I have some intel.
No.
From my buddy from Chinkapin the other day. Okay. There is some news floating around some offices in Lexington that the highest paid player on this roster is not who we thought it was.
It's not JQ.
It is not. The word on the street, you guys, and I think you all will be shocked, that our highest paid player was Brandon Garrison himself.
No way.
So I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. I've got a source. She has given me some correct news. She's never given me anything incorrect yet
right.
that I know of. Okay,
Well-
listen. This is just a word on the street, ladies and gents.
Yep.
But she
We
said,
keep
I
our
learned today.
up,
She
man,
said, I
until
learned
we-
today who makes the. I learned today who makes the most money on the team. And I said, it's not JQ. She said, nope, BG, $3 million.
That's crazy.
So the word on the street was BG was threatening to walk if Pope didn't pony up, and he did.
Well,
I
but
mean-
again, it's not we. Okay, here's God. I'm at like a loss for a second because I can't believe it.
I know.
Here's what I'm gonna say, and I think we've said it, is that it's not how much money Pope had, it's how he spent it, and he did not spend the money in the right places on the right people, and that's what a GM's job would be, and Pope did not. Again, he's in over his head. We keep saying this, but he's in over his head because if he paid BG $3 million. I mean, that makes me feel better that we didn't pay 3.5 for a one-legged guy, but I mean,
But it could have been 2.5. Yeah, I mean, that's what I. You know,
1
I don't know. I don't know where the whole 22 million thing came out, but in some roundabout way, you guys, it's not far off of that as a collective. Now, like, are the numbers per players different than what we all think? Probably so.
Probably. Yep.
But you know, then if you don't want it out, then don't let any. You can't let any of it out because that is literally, this team will always be known as the $22 million clunker. Forever. I mean, that's it. It just is. I'm telling you, 15 years from now, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, y'all remember that $22 million team that got busted by 20 in the second round?"
Austin, Dick Vitale's got one eye, can't hear, and he was making fun of Kentucky's $22 million. Come on, like
I know.
He even knew. Like somehow he even found out, and first thing he gets on ESPN and clacks out is that Kentucky, you paid $32 million, baby.
It's ridiculous, baby.
Ridiculous, baby. Come on, Dickie.
Surely you could put a better roster together. I mean, he's not wrong.
He isn't wrong, but how's he know? I mean, hell, you can't read anymore. You can't see.
So, like, I mean, we're paying. I'm not even going to go into that anymore. I can't.
I can't go into the money here. Austin, right now I'm at a quandary because I want to put this past year, yesterday, just behind me. I'm done with this season. Like I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I've aged. Like his season has killed me, and I'm just done with it. I'm ready to move on. But you want to know what's not happening now that typically happens when our season's over? We've got something to look forward to.
Something.
We
got a couple McDonald's All-Americans. Nope. Nope. We didn't even got any White Castle All-Americans.
Yeah, dude, we ain't even got a Dunkin'. I mean, come on now, man. Shit. Rallies. I don't know. I mean, these guys, I've had it with Pope. I know people are going to be mad.
Listen, I know, like, people, and I've had this. I'm literally walking around in the public, and people. I've been wearing our shirt. I've been wearing it, and people are coming up to me publicly and saying, "Do we fire him?" I'm saying, well, I mean, if it were up to me, yeah, I probably would.
Yep.
Does he get another year? Yes, he gets. Next year, BBN. Next year is do or die. It's do or die. And I was asked the question, what does it need to look like? Okay. Do we want a winning regular season? Yes. Do we want to win the SEC? Yes. But all that doesn't matter if we
don't make
don't
the run.
win in March. We and like Shaq, I know your point is like, well, what do you want? I want to win in March.
Yes.
I want to win in March. So like, to put it plain and simple, I don't care if we got freaking Hottie Toddy out there coaching. I don't care. As long as if we win in March, I don't care who it is.
Right.
I want to win in March because that's what matters.
Shaq brought up Gonzaga and in Nashville. If we were Kentucky or we were to make that run to the Final Four, would we care about the Michigan State Gonzaga game? Would we care about any of them if we made it to the Final Four? Hell
Not
no.
one damn bit.
Yeah,
Just
but
like
it
just like
wouldn't matter.
2014, just like 2014. Obviously a completely different roster makeup, you guys, and I freely grant you it's different. But the ups and downs of the season was actually kind of similar. Now we knew we had some dogs on the roster, and they were just waiting to break out of their cage, which they did break out of the cage. So, but all of those downs and negative moments that 2014 team had was completely nullified
Erased.
by that run that they made. So
Absolutely.
to answer the ultimate question, what do we want as fans? We want to win in March. We have to win in March. That's
wanna
what our
be-
program is defined by.
I want to be relevant in March right now. We're not even relevant. Then we can win, but I want us to be that typical one. Listen, are we asking for any more than what the Duke fans asked for? No. So why
DeMarcus-
are we the ones that run off our players and coaches? And it's just, some people look for excuses and other people look for answers. And what a lot of people are looking for right now are excuses.
DeMarcus Cousins said yesterday, I hate the state of Kentucky basketball right now.
Yep.
DeMarcus Cousins says that, you guys. So, if anybody, first off, can say what he thinks about the state of Kentucky basketball and knows what it should be, it's DeMarcus Cousins. And he says himself, I hate the state of Kentucky basketball right now. Read it loud and clear for what it is, because I agree with him. I hate it too. It's like we've said, and listen, we deserve the right to bitch and moan because it is time to bitch and moan.
Exactly.
I'm so sick of not being feared. Like we've said a million times,
Yeah,
nobody fears us.
No.
And where does that ultimate dog come from? It has to be from the head horse, man.
Yeah.
It has to be from the head.
You think the players aren't going to be a dog? I mean, come on, look at Coach Patino. Look at Golden. All these guys, Hurley, Cronin. These players take on the persona of their coach. If a coach is a ball buster, most of the time players are going to be. If a coach is an analytics guy that sits back and stares at the ceiling and does this, that's pretty much how his players are going to be. They're going to be sitting around looking at the ceiling in the game. Going,
Didn't DA say yesterday, Denzel Aberdeen, didn't he say that, man, we just had trouble getting all of our guys to play with all of their effort all year?
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna say what are we doing?
Well, now, first and foremost, if he loves his coach, he would never say that because that's all on Pope. Like, come on.
That's
on your coach, man.
that is.
It does. Good luck, coach.
It ain't a good look.
No. And did you hear what the Iowa State player said?
Yes.
That 8 minutes into the game, he saw that all Kentucky cared about was getting off that floor.
I did hear that.
Dang.
No. I also heard that he said, I didn't really care if we got Kentucky or Santa Clara. They were about the same to me.
No, yeah.
No.
But the other one was with 8 minutes left to go in that game, I could see in the Kentucky players' faces all they wanted to do was get off the floor.
Oh, we could see it.
Yeah, I mean, but for another player to say that, then come on, man. That's on you as a coach, and that's
They
terrible.
they saw the fear in their faces.
Yes, isn't that insane? Like,
It is.
just
It really is.
get me out of here. We can't play with you guys, and that really bothers me, Austin, because that's comes from the top down. And let me say
Kevin, I love this. Hey, Kevin, this is Coach. This is what you kind of said yesterday. Did you read that? Let me put it back up.
What'd he say? Didn't Pope say in his introduction speech if he didn't think he could win a championship, he said he would absolutely step down before he let the program get to a spot where they weren't a title contender. That was exactly what he said, my friend. Thank
So
you
what's your
for
take
bringing
on that?
up. Didn't do well. Listen, so from a man that has filled us with fluff all damn year, you think he's going to stand up to that? Come on. You know, he'll say, well, analytically, 2 years ago, I thought I had this insatiable hunger to be
Yeah.
a great coach, and we'd have I knew the assignment, and we'd be at number 9.
Yeah.
Come on,
You
man.
know, so I guess there was a coach's show tonight. They had a coach's show.
Did he
And
show
listen, I don't know. It remains I truly I don't know. I need to go back and watch it. I kind of wish we would have held this off until tomorrow because I would have wanted to watch it.
I'll listen tonight.
Yeah. Here's my thing. I don't want to hear there's a beautiful space. I don't want to hear injuries. I don't want to hear insatiable freaking hunger to do stupid shit. I want to say, hey, I want to hear him say, you know what? We had a very up and down season. We had some games where we got our butts absolutely throttled. And that is my fault. It's my fault, and it's unacceptable because as the leader of Kentucky men's basketball, it is your fault, Coach. So like, just take
but he's
it
not
take it on the chest and say, we will do better. This is my plan of how we're going to do better. We are going to kill it in the portal. Just have that sense of confidence and some competitiveness and dog in you and say, we're getting straight to work right now on this, and we will not let this happen again. And even if you think it might, don't say it.
Yeah, and Austin, but that's everything he's good at is acting like he's going to do that. He talks a great game. Like, there's nobody going to outwork us. Nobody. I've never seen this best shooting team I've ever seen in my career. Okay, what? Like, he just goes on, and he's always making these statements that we work hard. Nobody outworks us. We are Kentucky. We're this. We're that. And when you get to the court, we aren't Kentucky. We aren't this. We aren't that. We're not what we used to be. And right now, the direction isn't taking us where we should go. And if people out there in BBN and others that aren't a part think we're crazy, then we're crazy. But this is Kentucky basketball, and I'm tired of not playing at the end of March. I mean, this is.
I'm so
It's
sick of it.
Standard.
I'm literally, it sickens me to, okay, well, man, let's go. Hey, I'll text my buddies. Let's go watch the Final Four. And I'm just like, God, I wish Kentucky was playing. You know, when I was in college, we were going out to watch Kentucky and Louisville, Kentucky and Wisconsin. And now it's just, we're freaking, you know, hell. San Diego State made it a couple of years ago. We got,
UConn
you know.
won more than we have over the last 5 years. Come on, man.
UConn has a beach house at the Final Four, so they're showing up about every year.
Yep. I mean, it's just, here's what I'm going to say, and I think Shaq said something about, is it fair to say or be on Pope after 2 years? And is it even possible to turn it around in 2 years? Well, I'm going to say, look at Dusty May at Michigan and tell me if it's possible in 2 years.
If you can do, listen, on the flip side, if you can do what my guy at Indiana football did, then now you can sure as hell do it in basketball.
Yeah,
you kidding?
Exactly. I mean, I mean, look what he did at IU football. Look at what Dusty May did at Michigan basketball. Look at what the guy from JMU is doing at Vanderbilt basketball in 2 years. I mean,
Vandy has completely transformed both programs
to
simultaneously.
where they're a athletic school in some ways now. They're not the Matt of the SEC anymore, man.
Hey, Kevin, Vandy beat the living shit out of Tennessee this year, didn't they? I know you're still watching, bro. That game was ugly in football. I know. Yeah, I mean, Coach, it's so where. I mean, where do we go from here? Well, we go straight to the portal, and we get some dogs, and you make it priority number one to bring in those dogs, and you got a hard close at the table.
Yep.
We got a hard close at the table, and we can list all the Yaxels, the Lamar Wilkersons, the Dent dude, all these guys that Pope wanted to get. Everything that sounded good, everything that the players that he wanted in theory, yeah, they would have been great, but we didn't get any of them.
Nope.
And then we offered the same amount of money to second and third tier guys.
Yes, agreed. 1 million. And I think, Austin, the next 2 weeks, next 14 days are going to say a lot, because we've got a kid who's been our top recruit for the last year. Top recruit for the last year. And if he changes his mind at the last minute, I'm telling you, it's going to be a long off season, because
Are you talking Stokes?
yes, sir.
I don't think we're going to get him. I mean,
He's been our top recruit the whole year. The whole year. I mean, and he was 100% Kentucky, and now I'm hearing other
with
things.
with all the moving parts and all, I just don't see. Gosh, it's hard. I want to be optimistic so bad, you guys.
I do too.
I really do. I don't want to be so negative, but I don't think we're gonna get him. I just don't. Like there's just nothing that tells me otherwise.
I think in 2 weeks, because these kids are going to start signing. Like, don't get me wrong.
I mean,
you're
you're right. You're right.
Yes,
I think
they
these next 2 weeks,
yes,
we will know a lot, and we better. We might have one more caller in here. We got Trav in here again. Let's go. Trav, I'll give you a couple minutes. Let's go. What up, Trav? You back?
Yes, sir.
What you got? What else you got?
All right. Talking about recruiting, right? Austin, you said you're from state Kentucky, right? Grew up?
I grew up in Northern Kentucky, and then I transferred to Scott County and played high school at Scott County.
Okay. So we and Coach, I'm guessing you're from Kentucky as well. We know what it means being a kid from the state and wanting to play, right? Because I'm getting into recruiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to see a recruiting pitch, in my opinion. You had 2 of the best ever Pope could have used towards any and everybody for last year. After Brea cried after the game, talking about they're going to have to take this jersey off of me. Mm-hmm. Andrew Carr said, if you need somewhere to transfer, go to Kentucky. Coming in now,
absolutely, yep.
To this class, which I said to Austin yesterday, they're dubbing one of the best freshman classes ever, and not one of them's at Kentucky. No. John Pelfrey and Tennessee Tech comes into Kentucky, and I don't remember if it was his pregame or his postgame, and he talks about his players asked him about his jersey up in the rafters. He said, you know what? They decided to take it down tomorrow. He said, I wouldn't be mad. What a run we had. You want to talk about recruiting 6 months ago when we had Tyron Stokes on the radar, Christian Collins, Jordan Smith, Caleb Holt. Yeah. I watched all of these guys in the under-19 go win a gold medal, and DeBanza was not the best player on the floor. He might have been the best pro prospect, but you dwindle down from 5, 6, 7 guys. I don't know if you guys have looked at the rankings right now, but I think there's less than 6 people left. There's 1 player with Kentucky left on his roster, and that's Stokes, Coach.
And that's it. And I don't think we're going to get
it. That's a lot of marbles in one bag, man.
And Trav, you're right. That's what we're talking about. These next 2 weeks, we're going to see the direction our program's going in. We're going to see it because these recruits are going to start signing. Even the 3 and 4 stars are going to start signing, and we don't have anybody. Not
Yep.
one. We don't have a 1-star.
Nope.
Come on. We don't even have a 8th grader ranked number 1 in the country. Come on.
I'll play.
Yeah.
I'll play.
You try.
I would. Yeah. No. Travis. I mean, it's a valid concern. It's the concerns that we all have. And like we just said, I think that we will find out in the next 2 weeks. Maybe he has some magic up his sleeve. Do I think he does? I'm not optimistic about it, but prove me wrong. Like I said before the tournament started, please prove me wrong, Mark Pope. I want you to prove me wrong. I want you to bring in Stokes. I want you to go get some dogs in the portal, some shooters, some shot creators, some guys that can get downhill, create their own shot, create for others, and guys who will never question, if I step foot on this court, I am going 100 miles an hour. Nobody will outwork me because I'm playing for Kentucky. B, I'm playing on national TV every single night. And C, I'm here to win a damn championship.
And yeah, and Austin, here's why I have concern is because right after we lose, Pope comes out with the statement, moving forward, we just need to bring kids in that want to play at Kentucky. No shit. Really? Yeah. I mean, I sure as hell don't want to bring in a kid that wants to play at Illinois.
I mean,
What kind of statement is that? I mean, yeah, son, I know you want to play at the University of Southern California, but I'm going to give you a scholarship.
But
Come on.
I mean, when you say it like that, it does sound it does sound redundant.
It's stupid.
It's to me, guys. Sorry to jump back in, but
No, you're fine.
I wrote down, and at the top of my list was accountability, and I don't know which one of you brought it up because I don't see any of it,
Oh,
especially from,
No, I mean,
especially from the
that's-
head coach.
That's
we
been one of my
talked about
themes
that
all year. That's been
whole
one of my
year.
themes all year. And like, you don't demand accountability in March. First off, that's in your recruiting pitch. Number one, first and foremost. Number two, you get those boys on campus and you make a statement right then and there. You take them to the gym and you show them what it's all about. And hey, listen, it ain't going to be fun. It ain't pretty, but we're going to show you, who the dogs are on this team. And it's going to be ugly. It's going to be a fight.
Yes.
And when you're in practice, when you're in preseason, I'm telling you, those guys should. I hate to say it, they should be miserable. I've been through it.
Yep.
I hated preseason practice. It sucked. But like, we found out who the leaders of our team were real quick.
Right. That's where you find that out. And I don't think at any point this year, I mean, Oway, of course, did we have that real dog that just would be like, okay, guys, jump on my back. Here we go. I mean, Oway was getting his 20-30 at the end.
And
But
yeah,
that dog that said, jump on, here we go.
and if we had Mo had a motor, but he's just not skilled enough to have that kind of mindset. And to have someone like, I don't know, Michael Kidd Gilchrist, who during games where Deron Lamb wasn't hitting, or for whatever reason, obviously we had Anthony Davis who saved a lot. But like, dude, Kidd Gilchrist on that team was a dog.
Yep.
And so was Darius. And
Darius too.
Teague. Teague would get in a fight with anybody in a minute.
He would.
Like, he had his ass beat by his older brother for years. He was coming out to prove some stuff. But
So-
Travis, what I'm like, I'm faithfully optimistic. Is that a good word? Because
Oh, is that a Popeism?
I don't know. Is it? That I'm faithfully optimistic. I think.
Oh, I like that.
I think that's trademark that shit.
I'm faithfully optimistic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I'm
I won't.
faithfully optimistic about recruiting.
So I won't name drop on this quote at all. But I had a buddy of mine who's a professional boxer, boxed at the highest level, won a world title, fought pay-per-view, fought Canelo Alvarez. I'm not sure how much you guys keep up with boxing, but he said
I do.
you might see two different lines, right? You see a line in the wild and you see a line at the zoo, and you think that their mentality is the same because it ain't.
That is very true.
I love that.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That is really good.
So
You got
get
one
him-
living in the wild,
Yep.
And
one who's getting fat and pretty on the couch in the zoo, getting hand fed.
Yeah.
So who's the dog?
yeah,
Or who's the real lion?
yeah. Who's the real lion now?
Yeah, and I get into, and one of my best friends is a Tennessee fan, and I despise him for it as much as I love him.
Well,
But
then he's not a friend, my friend. Tell him to get the hell out of your life.
but you
He
know
likes that ugly ass orange.
that's
Tell him
true.
married his sister.
That-
I don't even get me started.
So he put it to me before this season started, and especially maybe not talking about JQ, but he said to me, what do I think of this team? And I thought, well, I think it's got, potential to be good, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, go to last year's team. Amari Williams, Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. Kobe Brea had just won the 6th man in the A10. I think Shaq brought this up. We brought in guys that were some of the leading guys in their conference. Not all of them. Andrew Carr didn't win nothing in the ACC or anything like that. Turned out to be a great player. But he said to me before the season started, and I despise for him that he was right, this roster was 6th and 7th men that we paid to be the number 1 option at Kentucky.
Yeah, Austin has brought that up several times that we went out and got 2nd and 3rd tier players with 1st tier money, and you're exactly right. And here's what I'm going to say, Travis, about last year's team versus this year's team in a coach perspective. Last year's team was seniors.
Yes.
They were older dudes. Mark
Yeah.
Pope had to say something one time, and they knew exactly what to do.
Yep.
This year's team, he had to coach. He
Yep.
only had 2 of those guys this year. And last year, those guys could change on the fly and do things on the fly. And they had, like Kobe Brea you had to rip that jersey off of his.
Yep, he
off
said
his
it.
chest. And
Y'all, Kobe Brea was a dude. He was nasty.
He
Travis,
was
are you
awful.
telling me did he not start at Dayton?
No, he was
No, he
6th
was
man.
he was 6th man of the year the year
Yep.
that he left Dayton.
Yep.
I did not know that.
100.
How does he not start at Dayton?
Yeah, I don't know. Anthony Grant.
Yo, hold
Yeah,
up,
he didn't-
hold up.
But
Yeah.
he did say it best. He said, and I don't remember when in the season it was. He said when Kentucky called me, he said, "This is Kentucky." He said, "We're not talking about Duke or North Carolina, anybody. We're talking about Kentucky. This is before he even got into the program. This is the greatest tradition anybody's ever talked about."
Right.
But it seems over the year, because in my opinion, Oweh was better than what Pope thought when he brought him in. But he also, if you watched when JQ played, JQ gave him, and Austin, I know you hate the 2 letters, I apologize, but JQ gave him the space to be that one-on-one guy. Without that, it didn't work. He could not just get the ball and go to the hoop when he wanted. In transition, he could. And Austin, I brought this up to you yesterday. Why in earth would you play against an Iowa State physical defensive team and physically not try to run the whole game? You can't tell me that you think that your half-court offense, who had trouble with Santa Clara, who did not have a good defensive team, you're now going to go into the Iowa State game, jump on them 20. Everybody keeps saying 20-9. I think it was actually 20-8. Yeah, it's only a 1-point difference, but it still makes a difference. And
Right.
then you bring in you kill the momentum and bring in the subs, because we can't have this player playing 2 more minutes than what he actually did.
Yeah, I mean,
before.
I think they couldn't run because they just couldn't handle the pressure. There was just so much pressure that hit them so fast, and it made them so uncomfortable. The ball handler in particular immediately, but even the guy receiving the first pass, it was always a bad pass, so they were catching it off balance, so
Yeah.
they were already thrown off right there. And when they caught it off balance, then they're panicking. They couldn't get into the run. I mean, they couldn't
No.
get into
We-
transition. So and if they ever had a shot, it was within those first 5 or 6, 8 minutes when we were up. I mean, we could have been up 30-8 rather than 20-8 if we try to step on the throat, which we can't do. Obviously we tried to do that multiple, well, I wouldn't say tried. I have said it multiple times when we were up and we just fold, or we do some stupid subbing shit and put Jasper at point guard and then look like idiots because then it's a tie game in 90 seconds. So I mean, Travis, to answer your question, we just didn't have the ball handling to overcome the pressure. We didn't have the strength to overcome the pressure. We didn't have the precision passes and the basketball IQ and or game plan collectively to overcome that pressure.
Sure, I totally agree with that. But here's the thing: what are the nine other guys sitting on the bench not wearing jerseys? What's their job? What were they doing? What's the scout say? What's the game plan say? Like you only had one day. Oh, you only had one day. You didn't watch college basketball for 5 months.
No.
Iowa State was all over the top 15. They were a great defensive team all over it.
As soon as that game's over.
Yes.
Like you.
Yeah, I mean, it was obvious there was no backup plan.
Scout it. Travis, this is where we agree 1,000,000%. I do with you. Is that I think a big letdown at the University of Kentucky has been the assistant coaches and the associate head coach, whether it's recruiting, schemes, scouts. I think this has been a huge disappointment overall for the University of Kentucky's basketball program and the coaching staff, and they've got to be better. And in 2 years, I don't see them that they've improved.
Like Austin.
Yeah, so I mean, like the word is that there's 4 assistants that could be out tomorrow. Like,
what I heard,
and it's Fox.
Fox,
what's
Hart,
his name?
McLean
or whatever, and then Hart, and then Brooks.
Brooks
Yes.
is the one I heard today was pretty much gone.
So Austin, here's my thing. When I say play with pace, right? Because I don't mean just to run up and down the court. How sped up did Yelovich look in that first 4 minutes of the game? I think he had 3 turnovers because he was playing too fast.
Yeah.
So here's my question. Go back to the Louisville game, right? And you can even look the stats up. And I'm not going to say I'm 100% correct, but a lot of people would say they got out in the fast break and they scored early. I'm almost positive if you go back and look at the stats, they had less than 6 fast break points. They played fast to see if they could get ahead of the defense when they knew that they couldn't get ahead of the defense, but they were still putting pace to the game. Just because you play fast don't mean you have to be reckless is what I'm what I'm getting at.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you talking about Kentucky or Iowa State?
Kentucky.
Here was my famous saying to the boys. What I always say about when your head got split up, Austin, what I tell you guys to do.
Play fast, think slow.
Yep.
Play fast, think slow.
I said that constantly. You have to slow the game down in your brain before you can run up and down a floor and make plays. If you don't slow it down in your brain, you do what Yelly did and run around like you're trying to run through cones.
Hey, let's Trav, if you want to stay on, I'm gonna let Shaq back in here. We can get a little Shaq, what's up? Shaq.
What's good?
There, brother? What's up?
Yeah, what else you got? What else you got, man? I've already what else you got? You're on here with me, Coach, and Travis too. So we got a little 4-way combo going here. What you got?
I appreciate you. I was watching, and there's the lag. So then you started talking to me. I was like, wait, that's not what I'm seeing on my TV. But all right. So you're talking about the team. You just didn't have the roster this year.
No, we didn't. I agree. I don't think we had the roster. Oh God!
What were we sold?
Now,
This is the best roster since 2016.
Y'all started this when you hired them. It was like the traffic and the car was backed up all the way to the down the street just because you hired him. And he brought everybody in. Y'all was all hyped. The Pope is gonna save us. The Pope is gonna save us. Y'all sold out run.
Listen, Chuck, if you ask me, dude, I'm not for it. I mean, I'm not. Like, I want somebody else. Like, but it ain't gonna happen.
Ride this out. Y'all got
I
to.
I mean,
know,
it's
and that's what's sad.
we got to
gotta
ride out
lower
one
your
more year.
expectations and
You
ride
ask
it
me,
out.
we got to ride out one more year. And guys, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna
Nah.
cut at this, and me and Coach are gonna finish up the show. But I appreciate y'all hopping on.
We
And
appreciate
Shaq,
you guys.
you're cutting out.
Thank
You're
you.
cutting out a little bit, but no. Hey, I appreciate y'all hopping on. This was fun.
Thanks,
But I'm gonna go
guys.
ahead and cut it, and we're gonna kind of finish up the
We're gonna
show.
have another one here soon, guys.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Appreciate you very much.
All right, Coach. We heard a lot from the BBN tonight.
Yep. I
We
mean,
heard a lot of the similar opinions that we have. Uh, and Shaq says, yeah, I mean, y'all, he was the savior, right? And like, yeah, I think everyone watched the revival of the Mark Pope entry in Rupp Arena, and it was literally like a revival.
what did I say
And
to you?
no, I know,
The
man.
Pope came in and pulled at our heartstrings. He got up there and preached that Mormon choir, brother, and pulled at our heartstrings and said, "Hallelujah, the 96 teams coming in on the bus." Guess what? They didn't play. They're not the ones that got off the bus to put on the unis, and he sold us on a bunch of fluff, and we're still believing that shit. Still believing it, that he's the answer. And I have said from day one, he wasn't ready for the job. He never proved it. And I'm going to leave it at this, and I say it with every show. If he wasn't the coach, if he wasn't on the 96 championship team, would he be our coach?
You should make that your background on your phone.
Next, you're going to see it on my wall. Like, it's coming on the wall, man. There's a whole bunch of decorations.
Just make a
Like,
big poster and just say, if he wasn't, dude,
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
yeah, I'm gonna get a poster.
That
So,
and what would you say? Faithful optimism.
I'm faithfully optimistic.
Faithfully optimistic. Look at Coach
I
with
bet
the shiny, pretty words.
like that one.
All right, guys. This was the BBN Unfiltered season recap call-in show. I will kind of end it with a little short monologue and just say, hey, I bleed blue through and through. I love Kentucky basketball. I expect a very high elite level of performance from the program, from the players, from the coach, from the administration. And it's also going to now extend to the NIL collectives, to the, and this is from the assistant coaches all the way around. I expect elite level performance, production, top to bottom.
Absolutely. From
We're
from
not
the
getting,
coach to the manager to the
we're,
trainer.
yeah,
the
I mean, and we're not getting it. So
Yep.
if you ask me, and I'm nobody, I'm just the host of BBN Unfiltered. But if you ask me, Mark Pope has 1 year to make this work.
I agree.
He has exactly 12 months to make this work. And if we're sitting here having this same exact conversation 12 months from now, then he's got to hit the road. And like you said, if he is what he says he is, and he can't bring Kentucky back to a championship level, then will he resign? I personally don't think that he would.
I don't
but
think he will. He
you
talks
know,
a lot.
but if we're having the same exact conversation, then my
Next
answer
year.
is, yeah, then no, and
We
then he
better
needs to
not
hit the
be
road.
having this next year because he's already gone. We're not having this next year. If we have
Yeah.
the same outcome, he's gone. Austin, before we take off, I want to just say to Coach Donnie McFarland, I know you listen. Speedy recovery with your knee replacement. Hope you get well soon, Coach. Love you.
Get well soon. Hey, fans, listeners, we appreciate you all. Once again, we don't know everything about basketball. There's so many things that I don't know that Coach may not know, but we do know how to win. We do know what a winning team looks like. There's certain There's certain,
Aspects
demeanors that a competitor should carry, that a head coach should carry and have a winning attitude, and I just don't see it in Mark Pope and the majority of the players that are out there. And that to me that says a lot. It does say a lot. And again, Mark Pope, Kentucky, please prove me wrong. But until you do, BBN Unfiltered is going to tell it like it is, because that's
Every
what we
single
do.
time.
That's what we do. So this was the BBN Unfiltered Kentucky men's basketball season recap. We love you all. Stick with us. We're going to try to continue. We're going to follow out the rest of the tournament. We're going to hit recruiting. We're going to hit Kentucky news, and we're going to hit some Kentucky football. We're in the process of hooking up with a football contact, so it's going to be fun. The plan is to try to go to the spring game, go out, talk to fans, just have a little back and forth banner, have a little bit of fun, and keep this train rolling. So
Let's go, guys.
love y'all. BBN Unfiltered.
Have a great
Out.
night. Peace.
Go Cats.